Well, hello. It's Tuesday and it is late Tuesday. I have been all over the place, just doing a million things. Anyhow, it is November. I have been working on gnome things. Yes, I have lots and lots of gnome things. Hanging in my office right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things in here. I have a canvas. Oh, there's another one under here. There's 6. I have a canvas on the bed. That's 7. Yeah, I've been busy. And today I've been extremely busy. I was gone for the weekend. And of course, I have to come home and I have to catch up on things from the weekend. And my craft show is Saturday. It's Saturday. So I am super busy trying to finish up things for that. Last minute projects, looking for a few more display things. I talk about that in a little video clip that will show up in a crafty vlog. I've had to run errands. I had to get up this morning and I was crocheting this morning. I'm trying to crochet another beanie to add to my beanie stash for the show. I'm really liking this one too. Unfortunately, I mean, it's taking a long time. It's a little fancier and it's taken some time. Anyhow, it's going to be really super pretty when it's done. I really like it. But yeah, then I got that done. Then I ran to Joann's, and then I ran to Hobby Lobby, then the pharmacy. Oh, when I got up from the couch, it was like 11 something. And Dale was getting ready to take off to go get tacos today. And I'm like, I got to get up. I got to get some other stuff done. And then I got up, got around, got dressed, realized I'm hungry. It's lunchtime. So I was eating some lean cuisine pizza and watching Chandy from Expression Fiber Arts while I ate. And while I blocked the last square of my Expression Fiber Arts year-long mystery blanket. So that is on the kitchen counter drying. Then when that's done, I'll be able to, I believe it's just like a single crochet around all of the blocks so they're uniformly joined together, you know what I mean? Then you join them together. There's only 9 blocks. So it's not a very large project. Then you do, I think, a couple rounds of border. And I just ordered my yarns for the borders. She lets you order both November and December so that you could have both of the yarns, although December's pattern won't be out until December. But she was like, here, I'm going to let you order both the yarns, and then when the December pattern hits, you'll be ready to go. You'll have your yarn. Okay, cool. So I got that ordered today. What else? I did some other like online things. Another order somewhere else. Oh yeah, another order I made today was to my local yarn store for the November tour of the season. That's the Wonderland yarns. I worked on that this weekend. I'll talk about all the stuff I worked on. I did record stuff while I was gone, so it will make a pretty nice crafty vlog when I get the time to sit down and do it. Tomorrow I don't have any well, yes I do. Tomorrow I think I'll have to run into town to the yarn store and pick up that yarn. I think it's in stock. It has to be in stock because they had a picture of it. The ones that they don't have in stock yet, they just have like the month listed and there's no picture. This one's really pretty. Oh my goodness, I can hardly wait to get it. I am a month behind still. So I'll have to get caught up on that before I can dig into this one. After these craft shows are done, things will settle down and I won't be working on craft things. I'll be working on stuff for me. You know what I'm saying? I still work on stuff for me, but not as often as I'm working on stuff for the craft show. So anyhow, there's that. All right. So beep, beep, beep. Let's back up. Okay. Where do we need to back up to? Let's back up to Thursday. Thursday, I had Jackson for a little while. That wasn't a big deal. He wasn't here that long. He sat and watched some TV, and I did some other things, and Mom came to pick him up, and that was the end of that. Then Friday, of course. Friday, I was not able to go live for my crochet live because I'm finishing gathering up my stuff to take off for the weekend. So it was a 2-hour drive up north. The place that it was held at is the same location I am holding my retreat at in May. It's called the Ralph McMillan Center. I just call it the RAM Center. It's run by Michigan's DNR. And Karen and I went up and looked at it early this spring, and it was going to work for us. So it was interesting. I went with my other Karen friend. I have 2 Karen friends. Now, she's a teacher, and it was part of her professional organization. They do this thing once a year called Women in the Arts, and they go up to the RAM Center, and they spend the weekend. It's a shorter weekend, but they spend the weekend up there crafting. So some of the members come, and they will bring crafts that people can work on, and they'll teach them. There was a service project, fleece blankets for Ronald McDonald House. So there's just lots of things going on. Now, I was a guest. I'm not a member of the organization, so I went as a guest, and I was able to just kind of do my own thing all weekend long. So I took a lot of crochet, and a lot of yarn, which I touched just a fraction of it. And then I took some diamond painting stuff. So that's what I worked on all weekend long. Now, although I was working consistently throughout the weekend, I still felt like I just didn't get a whole lot done. There's pictures of what I got done and video of what I finished, what I completed while I was there. Like I said, that will be in the crafty vlog. But I worked on my shawl, the Expression Fiber Arts shawl. Everybody loved that shawl. People would come by. First of all, they weren't quite certain what it was because it's very circular. Some people thought maybe it was a tree skirt. Some people thought it was just a little small little capelet type thing. It's really going to get bigger. So I had to explain that. It will get much larger than it is right now. I have quite a bit to go on it yet. And when I block it and stretch it all out, it's definitely going to grow. But they loved it. I got about, oh my gosh, an inch and a half done working on it both mornings. And I worked on it for a while. But, when you get to the end of a shawl, the rows are quite long. So it does take quite a bit of time to finish a row. And that inch and a half was, let me think. I did 2, 4, 6, I think I did 8 rows. But it's a sport weight yarn, so it's very fine. It doesn't grow very fast. And I worked. So that was one of the projects I worked on. I did stop at Hobby Lobby on my way up there and picked up a skein of velvet yarn, a really pretty green velvet yarn. And I thought it was going to go further than it did. I really only got one beanie out of it. So, it was on sale, so it cost me like, $4 or something. And I got one velvet beanie out of it. Now it's pretty, but you know, it didn't go as far as I thought it would. I'm used to this Bernat velvet, which has a lot more yardage in it, and I can get a lot more out of a skein of Bernat velvet. I like the Bernat baby velvet. That's my favorite. There's two different kinds. There's a chunkier and there's a baby. Baby is a 4-weight, and I believe the other velvet is a 6, but I like the 4. Anyhow, here's the dog. I don't know why she's whining. They just had dinner. I opened up the kennel. She's free to go. I let her know, hey, you can get out, you know, because they eat in their kennel. It's nice and quiet, peaceful in there. They can get out. I don't know why she's just sitting in there whining, but she is. Friday night, I worked on, I worked on these. These are so pretty. These are bookmarks from Michael's. Everybody that saw those was like, I wouldn't use them as a bookmark. I would use them more of an ornament. Somebody wanted to put them on a wreath. Those took a long time. I was just like, why is this taking so long? But it took like the whole evening pretty much. After dinner, I just sat and worked on that. And then after I finished those, I actually kit this up because this is a 3-piece set, which I will show you at some point. Hang on. I can show you. No, I can't. I'll show you one of them. The other is kind of buried. Hang on. No, I can show them both to you. Hang on. I'll show them to you. Let me just get them off. They're hanging on my doors here. Hanging on the closet doors. Hanging on the bedroom door. They're just hanging around. So this came as a set. So I decided to kit it all up. Okay. Okay, the little gnome, the little bee gnome. Okay, there's that guy. He was fun to do. This one was not fun. It's very pretty, but it was not fun. Not fun to do. It's like how many different oranges and yellows, and it was so boring after a while. So this little guy with the truck is part of this whole set. There was 3 pieces, and they're all large, as you can tell. So I know you couldn't really see all of them even, but I worked on those. Let me see what this dog wants. Dog, what do you want? Tifa, what do you want? T, what do you want? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she just wants water. I don't know what she wants. So this is the 3rd piece, and that's why I decided to just kit them up. I took my little Harbor Freight and I kitted up on Friday night. So it was much easier. Normally I just do all of one color on all of my pieces. Like that's what I did with the bookmarks, but they were smaller. It was easier to do. This was a little more intense, and so I thought just kitting it up. And it was a wise decision. It really was, because, you know, I'm working on that sunflower, and it was just a good choice. Anyhow, so this is the 3rd piece of that set I'm finishing up. And I think I'm really going to like this one. I think this one's going to be super, super cute. The little gnome in the truck. So that's what I finished while I was up north. I thought I had such high expectations of all the stuff I was going to get done. And, you know, it fell short a little, but I mean, I did get stuff done. I thought there were some 2s here. Yes, there are right here. So I did get some stuff done. And that was, I didn't work on any of the other crafts there that were offered. I just did my own thing. So the food was pretty good. I will say that. I learned some things about the food. So when it's time to pick the food and let them know what we'd like, I know some things I would like. I know some things that I wouldn't like. So kind of got a feel for how they organized tables and stuff. So they do, I mean, it's a little different. Not everybody had a table like the whole time. Well, they sort of did. But they didn't just sit in diamond paint. It was a more fluid kind of thing. You know, wherever the craft was being taught, people would move to the tables where the craft was being taught. So it was a little different than what we tend to do. So we got to kind of think about how we're gonna, and their tables are really weird. I'll just say that. If you're listening and you're going to the retreat, just know their tables are weird. They're very long, but they're very narrow. Okay, so they're probably as narrow as my table here, which is not what we're used to. We're used to a much larger table. But I'll tell you what, Karen and her friend, they were both diamond painting, and they both had very large canvases. And what they did is they just pulled the tables apart and they just dropped like a good portion of their diamond painting in between the tables. You know, made a gap between the two tables and dropped their painting in between. So it just hung over, and then they just set up everything on top of their painting and whatnot, and it worked. So that's an option. I mean, I think it's just going to be a matter of playing with it when we get up there. And, you know, maybe different groups want to do theirs differently. That worked. And I was at the end of their table because I was just doing the small things. I had plenty of room on my table to do stuff like this. So we'll work with it. It will work. It will work. The food was good. The one night, though, they had steak and whitefish. You know, I would never offer fish as one of our meals because, you know, there's a lot of people out there that aren't into fish. So they did have, it was whitefish and steak. And, you know, the steak wasn't all that good either, although it was the biggest hunk of steak I've ever seen in my life. I mean, Dale and I, when he makes steak, we share one steak. You know what I'm saying? And we cut it up into pieces. And that steak was giant. And so I wasn't a fan of the steak and whitefish night. However, there were so many other things provided. There were salad, baked potato, there was a vegetable, rolls, dessert. There was a lot of other things. I certainly wasn't hungry. I just didn't have the meat. You know what I'm saying? Another night they had the same type of situation, lots and lots of sides, vegetables and all kinds of stuff and salads, and they had chicken that night. Well, the chicken was basically, I believe it was a thigh drumstick type situation, and I was not into trying to tear apart a chicken thigh and drumstick. It wasn't my gig. So again, I ate from the side dishes and I was perfectly fine with that. So those are probably two options I'm not going to suggest we have. They have lots of other things. Tacos we had for lunch one day. Those were wonderful. That was really good. They have lots of other options. So luckily for me, even though there's another group that's going to be on the premises while we're there, she told me that I can really kind of go and pick our food, you know, from the choices available because the other group won't really care. She's like, yeah, they won't care. They'll eat whatever's here. I'm like, okay, cool. And of course, you know, we had lots of snacks and people brought lots of snacks and they were all over the one main room where we were most of the time. lots of goodies there. So anyhow, it was fun. It was very fun. Very relaxing. I was just sitting there doing what I wanted to do, you know, and it really gave me a pretty good sense of what the place is like when you're, you know, there for a little while and how we can make it work for our group. I know I saw some threes. Please do not tell me I just dumped them out for no good. No, here they are. There's not that many. Oh, it's the stem. It is the stem of the sunflower. It comes right down the center. My kitties are out and it's getting dark, but Dale is outside too. So I don't know. I might have to stop recording here to try to get the kitties in because they're outside wandering around and it's getting dark. They're really hard to get in when it's dark outside because, They think it's time to just be out there and run and play and frolic and chase moths but he's out working in the shop, in the back of the shop. So the main part of our shop is, like pretty much a 3-car garage, and it's all cement floor and all of that, right? It does not have drywall on it. It is not insulated, which is one thing that Dale keeps talking about wanting to do. So there's an add-on piece in the back of the shop, and that's where we have like our little mini chicken coop where we raise little chicks and things like that. Well, it was just an add-on, and it was just some walls put on, and it was a dirt floor. That's all it was a dirt floor back there. So when we moved in, Dale decided he got pallets, and he put pallets down, and then he put plywood on top of the pallets. So it's not just a dirt floor. We've got, some semblance of an actual floor in there. Well, we've discovered recently we have some critter that is digging underneath the walls from the outside, and they're getting in underneath the pallets, and they're causing havoc. So Dale is out there. The other day, we were decorating for Christmas. It was a perfect scenario. All of the outdoor Christmas decorations are back there. And as we were pulling out the outdoor Christmas decorations to decorate, he decided to just pull everything out of there. Since we already had so much out, he cleared everything else out off the floor. And what he has been doing today is tearing up the old plywood, not tearing it because it's just laying there, but he's taking up the old plywood, taking out the old pallets, and he's getting ready to, there's more 3s. Of course there's more 3s, Mindy. There's a whole nother stem right there. Silly girl. I'll go back and get them in a minute. Give me a minute. So that's what he has been doing today. He has been taking that out. He got some new pallets. You can get free pallets all over the place. You just have to keep your eyes open. So he found free pallets, loaded them up in his new truck. Haven't talked to you about that. But he loaded up pallets. I don't think he has actually purchased new plywood yet. I think he's waiting until he gets all of that done, gets the pallets situated, laid down, all of that, and then do some real measurements to decide what he needs for plywood to put back over the top. Then he says to me, and I'm thinking of putting in a rat wall. So if you don't know what a rat wall is, it's metal that you sink into the ground, like beside your walls, so that if something wants to dig and tries to get through, it's going to encounter this sheet metal and won't be able to get through. Unless it's quite persistent and decides to dig much lower, because you sink it in the ground quite a ways. I think I got all of those. So he's considering doing that, which would be a whole nother project. But that's something you do from the outside. So he can still fix up the floor inside. And he could go back, probably not until spring. I don't see that getting done this year. But go back in the spring if he wanted to and put this rat wall in to keep things out. So, yeah, he's been a busy boy. I've been a busy girl. His son's coming in this weekend for a family function, that not our family, her family. So he's going to be picking them up on Saturday. I'm going to be going to my craft show on Saturday. We can set up on Friday night. So he'll help me get everything loaded and over there and set up on Friday night. And then I can just go up to the school in the morning in my car. But I need him to come pick me up when the show is over. So after he picks his son up from the airport, which is in Detroit, then he needs his truck still to come get me because he's going to let them use his truck while they're here. They're only going to be here, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, possibly. It's not very long, but they're going to have to wait to get his truck until we're done using it, right? We need it first. So we'll have to figure out how that's going to work out. I'm certain it will be fine, but you know, just another thing to figure out. You know what I mean? I love it. Having to figure stuff out. Have to figure stuff out. Okay, I do have 5s and 6s. Okay, so I'm going to start making this truck. 5s, this pretty blue color. Very pretty. I'm going to love the truck. Well, so that's life. Oh, I'm feeling a little, I thought there were 5s over here. Nope, 6, 7, 8, 7, 7. Okay, where did I see 5s? I know I saw 5s. Oh, just a few over here. I thought there was some over here. Nope. Okay, we got to go upside down. We're going upside down, folks. Going upside down. They're just over here on this fender over here. Okay. So I'm feeling a little, I don't know. I don't know if I feel better after running my errands today or if I feel a little more rushed or I don't know how I'm feeling. I mean, bottom line is most of the stuff is packed. I have a whole crate full of stuff I need to get out. I need to get it priced to add to what I already have. And there's 2 more 4s. Oh my goodness. I'm missing stuff all over the place here. So there's really, if I don't crochet another thing, if I don't get 1 more item crocheted before Saturday, it's okay. I mean, it'll be all right, you know? I have no idea how this show's going to go. I have no idea if I'll sell a thing or I have no idea. No idea. So I'm going to stop stressing about it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop stressing about it. I'm going to get those items that I have finished already, priced. I'm going to take my small Christmas tree because I made ornaments and I'm going to display them on the tree and make sure that's all kind of all in one area, kind of ready to go. There's nothing on my table downstairs. I didn't put the diamond paintings back on it. So it's ready to go. Yeah, I'm thinking I'll be all right. It'll be all right. Just everything's okay. Now it's dark and now I really need to find kittens. So I'm gonna come back in a minute and I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about November. And then I think this video will be done. If it's short, it's short, you know, it is what it is. So I'll be back after I find kittens and get them secured in this house. Well, mission accomplished. 2 of them came right in. Misty was right up on the deck. She was ready to come in. And Sonny, all I had to do was call and Sonny come running up. I could see Smokey because he's hard to see in the dark because he's dark, right? But I could see him sitting out there in the yard, out back. And I'm like, okay, he wasn't coming. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go out there and I'm just going to sneak up on him. I'm just going to scoop him up, pick him up, bring him in. That didn't work. No, that didn't work. He saw me coming and he ran. He ran out towards the chicken coop. The chickens and the ducks were coming in, which was quite convenient. They were coming in and Smokey went running. He went out into the woods and up the tree. And I was like, oh, geez. All right, come on, buddy, let's go. So did he come in? Did he follow me? No. So I'm like, okay, let me go in the house. Let me get the treats. So I go out and I get the treats. I should have took the flashlight with me because it was dark, but I didn't. But I headed back out to the woods thinking he'd still be there. Well, I got back out by where the tree is, and he come running up behind me. And I'm like, okay. But anyhow, I managed to coax him towards me with the box of treats. And then I just snatched him up. I'm like, I opened up the box so he could smell them. You know, I can't like feed him treats and carry him and everything all at the same time. But I opened up the box so he knew I had them and he could smell them. And sorry, I'm going to choke on a piece of cookie. I had a cookie while I was gone. Sorry, hang on. There. Okay, maybe that'll help. But got him in anyhow and gave him some food, gave the dogs some water, and talked to Dale for a minute while I was outside. He's a tad frustrated at the moment. Yep, he is. He's a tad frustrated. So I told you what he was doing out in the back of the shop. He has got it all torn apart. He even took out the chicken brooder hut thing that he built with nest boxes and all that kind of stuff. He took it out. And guess what he's discovered? It's not fun. It's not pleasant. He has discovered that it's rats that are getting in there. And they were underneath all of the flooring that we had put in there, or the chicken brooder nest box big thing we had back there. And he's not happy. So he's tearing the whole thing up. He's got it all down to dirt. He's back there. When I was back there, he was back there with a pitchfork, like, you know, poking in the dirt, seeing if he could find anything. I'm like, oh, yeah. So he said he saw 2. I'm like, oh, yuck. Oh, God, yuck. Ugh. But, you know, nasty critters we live with around here. I'm telling you. The raccoons that will do stuff, the possums. Now we got this. So he's out there and he's just like, yeah. He's like, just, I'll see you later. Go do your live. Yeah, I mean, it's not time to do my live yet, but, you know, I'll see you later. I'm like, okay. Yeah, he's not a happy camper at this point. And it's a big mess out there right now. I don't know what he's going to do exactly. He's talked about pouring cement back there and making an actual floor. I mean, now would be the time to do it, right? I mean, he's got it all torn up. There's nothing on the ground back there. Now would be the time if he wanted to. I don't know if he will or not, but we'll see. We shall see what he decides to do. So that's the story of that. I did tell you he got a new truck. It's a new used truck. He's looked and he's looked. His truck's still in good shape, still runs. He takes excellent care of it, but it's getting up there in mileage and, it's starting to need a few more, higher ticket maintenance. And he's been toying with the idea of getting a new truck. And he keeps looking and he keeps looking and hemming and hawing. And his nephew, who works at the dealership, is just like, Uncle D, I'll just leave it up to you. He said, you let me know what you want to do. I'm here. So he bit the bullet. I just said, not another black truck. Please, just not another black truck. I mean, since I've known him or reknown him, he's had a black truck. He had one for a couple of years, and then he's had this one for quite a while. So it's not black. It is not black. It is a red color. It's not burgundy, but it's not like tomato red. It's some red in between there somewhere. It's a nice truck. Very nice truck. Went from his truck being very low tech as far as, navigation and all of the stuff that comes on vehicles now, to one that is the most up-to-date, most current technological systems. It has a screen on there on the dashboard the size of a small TV. And, there's a million things that it does, and we know how to do about 4. It's something. I mean, I've said it to you before. I don't like new technology. I don't like getting a new phone. I don't like having to try to figure it out, all the new things that it can do, transferring everything, figuring out how everything works. I don't like it. I get comfortable with what I know. And this truck it's a bit much. It's a lot. It's a lot to learn. And we'll probably only ever know a fraction of all the things that it can do. And that's okay. You know, that's just fine. I don't know if I'll ever drive the thing. I mean, it doesn't even have an ignition. Oh, whose cars don't have an ignition? Probably a lot of you. Your car doesn't have an ignition, right? You just have that weird key thing. You can start it with your weird key, or there's a button on the dashboard. You push the little button and it'll start. Yeah, very, very strange. I currently do not have one of those on my keychain for the truck because the thing is, it's big, it's huge. And I'm like, no, I don't need to be carrying that around with me on my keys wherever I go. If I need a key to your truck, I'll know where it's at. I will know how to find it. So, anyhow, we're making us a fender. Not a fender? Yeah. It's a pretty blue. I think it's going to be a really pretty pretty little hanging when it's done. Oh, I was talking with my friend Sue today, and we were talking about different codes and special things from Diamond Art Club. Like they've got the, I don't know, mystery code or something right now. And then they've been sending out this flyer to people in the mail. First time I've ever received a flyer from Diamond Art Club in my mail, but there's a code on there for, I don't know, $15 off or something. That one's good for a while, so I'm going to hang on to that one. And I was thinking, well, I'm not going to need the mystery code either because that's probably going to run out. It runs out this weekend, and I really had no plans to buy anything until, speaking of sunflowers, they post a little sneaky peeky today of a Susan Wingate. Yeah, a Susan Wingate. Jars of sunflowers. Oh, man. Really? Last thing I need to be doing is buying a diamond painting, but I probably will. I probably will. I'll use that code, get some money off, and hey, then I'll have a few more points before Black Friday rolls along because I know I won't survive Black Friday without buying anything. I know that. I know me. And they're going to have a lot of stuff. And I know that I'm going to get caught up in something somewhere along the line. I'm going to find something I need. So I might as well see if I can bump up my points a little bit. Oh, yeah. I did hear several people told me that if you have one of those canvases that has the pink on your canvas, you can contact Diamond Art Club and they will give you either points or money back. And it's like $10 if it's a square drill, $15 if it's a round. So I'm going to contact them and let them know my one painting did have pink lines on the canvas. And at this point, I think I'll take the points. Like I said, Black Friday's coming. And if I'm going to make a purchase this weekend, get a few more points from that. And then, yeah, I'll have a few more points for Black Friday. We'll see. We shall see how it goes. Anyhow, November. Today is Tuesday. I could not do my Saturday Night Live either. I mean, I missed all my lives this weekend, right? I thought that was a drill, but it's not. So I was not able to do a winner for week 2 of November, but Maritza is going to do that tonight, Tuesday night. She's going to pull a winner. So, I mean, I could wait to put this WIP and chat together. I don't know if I will. I could wait until she picks her winner and I could include it in my WIP and chat so you would know. I don't know. We'll see when she gets it done. We'll see how my evening goes. I might be doing this tomorrow anyhow, my editing and uploading, because it's almost time to go live. At least I've scheduled that. That is scheduled. Hopefully Brandy is here. I haven't heard any different. Like, her daughter's going to have a baby. But I haven't heard. I think she was in her live last night, and I haven't heard any different. So I'm assuming we're going live here in just a little bit. But anyhow, if you want to join us, we're doing a Christmas book this time. It's not One Tough Christmas Cookie. That was the first one we read. I don't remember what it is. It's about a reindeer, though, and a reindeer ranch, and some reindeer wranglers, and all the Christmas feels, all of the joy, the, jolly season time. That's what this book is about. Okay, why are you stuck? Plastic stuck. So that's it, folks. I'm going to go live here in a minute, and I'll touch base with Maritza. She's probably not even home. I don't know. I don't know if she worked from home today or if I don't know. Anyhow, one way or another, you will hear about the week 2 winner. We'll put it in the Facebook group for sure. And that's it, folks. That's all I got. I guess that's all I got. So I'm going to go now. And I'm not going to go eat another cookie because I don't want to choke again. Macadamia, white chocolate macadamia. Walmart sells them. You find them in a little package, and there's like 3 cookies in the package. Also, Subway. Subway has one luscious, yummy white chocolate macadamia nut cookie. I love them. I try not to get them too often. It's a special treat. I actually got this package from Walmart before I went up north for the weekend, and I never even opened them. I did eat a whole bag of pretzels, but I did not get into the cookies. I took a bunch of stuff I didn't even get into. I took Dove chocolates. I didn't get into those. I didn't get into my cookies, but I did eat a lot of pretzels. I'm in love with these pretzels. I'll have to tell you guys what kind they are. They are so good. I could just sit and I eat them by the handful. I just grab a whole handful, and I'm just like, I love them so much. Went to Walmart yesterday and couldn't find them at that Walmart. I'm like, dang it all. Walmart has them and Meijer has them. They're cheaper at Walmart. But when I go into town to get my yarn, maybe I'll just have to swing by Walmart for nothing more than some pretzels. Yeah, that's a distinct possibility. I stop at Walmart for pretzels. It could be worse, right? It totally could be something worse. But I love them. Okay. I'm happy the Christmas lights are out. They're put up and they're lit right now. We have them on a timer. When I was out there wrangling kittens, I was like, oh, the lights are on. They look so pretty. I'm on the hunt for a new snowman, though. Yeah. My good old snowman who's been with me for decades, he went to Snowman Land, wherever that is, to go hang around and frolic with other snowmans because his duties are done. So I'm on the lookout for a new snowman. That's one of the reasons I went to Walmart. Menards, Lowe's. Think I could find a snowman I like or wanted? No. I don't know. It's hard to replace a good old friend. It's hard. It's hard to replace them. Nobody will ever be the same. But I'm thinking I'm looking on Amazon now. I have been looking on Amazon. There's a couple I'm thinking about. Okay, folks, I'm going to let you go. Thanks for watching. I know it's a little shorter, but, I'm a busy girl and I got lots of things to do, and I'm pushing it to the limit right now, currently. So I'm going to let you go. Have a good week. Hopefully I'll be able to do that crafty vlog soon. That should be coming up one day this week, I hope. You know, those are harder to put together. Lots of little clips to put together and things, you know, it's just a longer process, but I'll work on that maybe tomorrow after I get back from the yarn store. Gotta go to the yarn store. I know I do. Hopefully I get an email in the morning that says my package is ready to pick up and I'll go get it and pretzels. Okay, I'll talk to everybody later. Have a good night and a good week. I'll see you Friday for the crochet live. I'll be able to do that on Friday. And Saturday, when I get back from my craft show, I'll probably be able to go live on Saturday night because we got another prize to give away for week 3 of November. That will be my prize. So I'd like to be able to give that away on Saturday night. Okay? All right. I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye, you guys.